I got to lean in.
What's up, everybody? It's us again. It's time to lean in, bitch. We're here for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I literally just finished watching the damn episode. How you doing, Chad? How you doing,
I'm
Antonio?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
You look great. You got a lot of light over there.
You know, a
Got
little
some good
something,
audio. Did you get a new camera?
The
Antonio,
shade
how you
starts
doing?
early.
I'm doing well, Tez. How about you?
I'm doing good. You look good in the green. Y'all look nice. I
Thank
just threw
you.
this hoodie on. Nothing special, you know.
I just threw this on. I was sitting down watching a movie and almost forgot.
It's not you. I almost
I almost
forgot.
forgot.
I just
What?
kind of lost track of time.
You so at this it sounds like we're not a priority to you, Antonio.
Always a priority. I'm here.
Are you here? You know, Antonio was he did say he was the highest paid or whatever he said, the most paid of some child.
It's true
I ain't
though.
see it on payroll, but
Acting a fool for $2.50.
It's $7.50. Thank you very much.
y'all, Chad and Antonio have been like feuding for the last like week or so in our group chat. It's been a mess. Our group chat, we be friends, then we be enemies. It just be all over the place.
Outside of the group chat too. He outside of the group chat has been doing a lot. It's been a lot. I've been under emotional distress lately with Antonio.
Okay.
Well, before we get into that, we're here to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This ain't Mary versus Jenny over here. Is it? And tonight's episode was episode 16, titled "Holy Mother of Zion." But before we talk about the episode, of course, don't forget, if you're watching right now, go ahead and hit that thumbs up to like the video, support the channel. We appreciate all the support so far. Shout out to Carrie Conversations, Jamie F, Julius, those who are already here in the chat. Let us know what you think if you're watching the recap, and continue to enjoy the show. So episode 16, before we talk about that, of course, the biggest thing that has happened over the last week. Of course, the reunion was filmed on Thursday. We were all excited about it if you watched last week's episode live or the replay. But we found out the day of that Mary Cosby did not show up. It was rumored at first, and then it was confirmed that she did not. And she basically, after like a day, I don't think she didn't post anything Thursday or even Friday until Saturday, right? Was it Saturday?
I think it was
I think Saturday.
Basically, she didn't show up. So I wanted to talk about that kind of quickly before we get into the actual episode, because the episode itself was kind of light, honestly. I think the majority of it comes next week. But Chad, since you're up here with me today on this side, what's your thoughts on Mary and the reunion, and why do you think that she did not show up?
I'm gonna reserve my reasons on why she didn't show up, because I really don't know for sure. And with Mary, she's one of those characters where you just never know with her, period. But I'm very disappointed that she's not there. More so disappointed just because I like when they all participate. Like,
Yeah.
It's not even the fact that she's not there to face allegations or to face the heat. Like, I don't care about that. I just want her to be present, with everybody. So it can just make sense. Like, I think that it's going to be it's going to feel awkward that she was such like an integral piece of the season and she's not there.
Yeah. Tonio?
I agree with what Chad said. I am really disappointed that she didn't show up. I like when, if you've kind of did all of this bullshit throughout the season, I like when they come to the reunion, and whether you stand in it or whether you want to push the blame on someone else, I'm just here for all the shits and giggles at that time. And I feel like everyone should show up to the reunion unless it's an extenuating circumstance. With Mary, she kind of seemed like she was over it towards, the end of this season anyway. So I'm just thinking she just didn't want to even revisit it, possibly. I don't know. But I wanted her there.
Okay. We have talked about it all throughout the last. I will say, me and Antonio have stuck with our, and Chase too. Chad and Jamie be flip flopping. Jamie couldn't be here tonight. Jamie had to work his lower paying job.
Allegedly.
So he went here today. But I'll say my thoughts about why. But I do agree. I'm not looking forward to it anymore, just because honestly, when you think about this season, the Jen stuff was one thing, but Mary's situation, she really intensified the entire season. and anybody that can take take lead of a whole season away from a fraud storyline, that's kind of made it to me. But we'll see. Y'all see I'm biased to Mary. I don't care. I like Mary, and I'm gonna continue to like her. So
I'm gonna stick beside her.
I'm gonna stick beside her.
I'm still Team Mary. I'm not gonna say I'm not Team Mary. I'm just very annoyed that she's
the group chat
not there.
The group chat said something else. I mean, do I need to pull
the group chat? The group chat did say at this point, F Mary.
Your number said F Mary, and that don't sound like I'm gonna stick beside.
I'm still Team Mary. She just, like I said, she's just on my bad side right now. But I still like Mary, and I'm hoping that even though history has shown us that when you skip reunions that's a wrap, I'm hoping that some type of way
that it's not true.
Still
But at the same time, like we keep saying, it seems like she kind of is like over these group of girls. She's never really meshed. I feel like I like the dynamic with her and Meredith, a little bit. But the fact that she lashed it on her last week, I feel like that was like the final straw of saying like, damn, who she? Because we kept saying like she ain't gonna have no friends, and at this point, it kind of shows like she really don't care for these ladies. Yeah, and so it is what it is. But I don't know. We'll get into it once you hear more about it. The reunion is going. I think how many episodes is left? I think like 2 or 3. So we should be close to the reunion. It was filmed this past Thursday. Maybe we'll get the looks. I think personally, Meredith didn't show up because her dress wasn't finished in time. I think Vera Wang did not finish her dress, and so she just decided that she was going to stay home. But that's my conspiracy. Since we didn't have the Paneras out there, just saying. So the episode tonight, we picked up last week where they had the Whitney had her Wild Rose Beauty lunch, and of course, Jenny addressed the comments about the slanted eyes to Mary, and also gave the gift back, and we find that the gift was actually supposed to be for Jen. Now, in this episode, we are met with a husbands playing golf scene, and I feel like a while back I kind of expressed it. I don't understand why they're giving us these husband scenes because we know them, but personally, I don't really care for them like that. Like if it was Married to Medicine husbands, sure. If it was like Real Housewives of Atlanta season 6 husbands, sure. Right. But it's like we haven't really built that with them, and honestly, some of them are kind of like weird. Like Seth is kind of very weird to me. He's becoming weird. But basically, I think the idea of this portion was just to show that they wanted to send the ladies on a trip for Mother's Day. Once you find out later. So, any thoughts on this scene? Coach Shah was not there, but I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Any thoughts on this scene?
No, it was like you said. It was very dull.
Yeah.
Dull.
Okay.
Very.
We all agree it was dull. But it was a nice idea to say, oh, the husbands want to send the girls on a trip, as if like I'm sure that the girls probably already knew. But hey, who knows? I don't know. It was cool for that moment.
Yeah. That was nice, but
yeah. Okay, so they will move past that. So then in the second scene was a spa day with Heather and Jen, and Heather's like she wants to take take Jen's mind off of what's going on. She wants to be a good friend, blah, blah, blah. And Jen finds out she's not invited to Seth's 49th birthday party. So Jen is upset at this point, and she can't really understand why. It seems like it's going to take her a long time to understand why Meredith's upset with her, or maybe she don't care anymore. But in this moment, she throws her little shade about the membership at Facetune. And I thought that was comical because, I mean, if you see her, she's using Facetune and stuff like that on her thing. But nonetheless, that's what she throws her shade in her confessional. Yeah. But a bigger portion about this was that, they're still going into this whole conspiracy thing about who let them know that they were at Beauty Lab. And to me personally, it's getting corny because it's like, girl, when the feds are involved, they've been looking for you for a long time. But
and they're gonna find you.
They're gonna find you. Like this was not something that came about, and then you're also on reality TV. So let's just at this point, it was cute to know, like, oh, maybe Meredith tipped them off. But now 16 episodes in, I'm like, it's late. Tony. Go ahead.
You were Tonio? Okay. No, I was just saying I think that Jen is. It's like she's trying to. I feel like Jen at this point with the whole who tipped them off thing. I think she's trying to make it seem as if like she plays that whole throw rocks and like hide your hands game. And I think that with her continuing to say it as if somebody set her up, it's almost like she's trying to make sure she puts Meredith in a light of, oh, she's a snitch, she's a snake. I wouldn't have gotten caught had Meredith not said anything, or had Mary may have not said anything. But it's just like you said, it's annoying at this point because it's like, girl, we all know at this point that the feds are involved. We all know how the feds operate. We all know that clearly nobody called them on you. Like,
Right.
it's just kind of dumb. I'm annoyed with it.
Me too.
Yeah.
And to me, it's even more dumb of them to continuously say, especially Whitney and Heather, about, yeah, that's why they didn't show up to ride on the bus that day, because like I almost saying like, oh, the feds called them and was like, oh, well, don't show up because we're gonna arrest Jen today. That is the stupidest bullshit ever.
Yeah, like what would they get? Would they get in trouble for if they had been there? Like what was the reason for thinking that's the reason they didn't show up?
As if the feds are keeping them in the loop of what they have going on with Jen. It's stupid.
Yeah, initially when we watched it, it was like, okay, but now watching it, honestly, now, like I said, 16 episodes later, we're almost at the end of the season. At this point, we know damn well, and even if you watch the documentary on Hulu of Jen, you learn that this has been an investigation for a very long time. So I mean, come on, I mean, like, let's just let it go. But the other conspiracy, of course, with this whole Mary thing in the church, they brings this coming up again about when you mess with my church, you go to jail.
Yeah.
And at this point, Heather, like, I like Heather, but when I feel like the bad weather combination, it kind of waters Heather down a little bit, in my opinion, because Whitney is like so annoying now, But that's just me. But any other comments on this scene itself, that with the spa, anything like that? No. Yeah, this coming here last night episode was a snooze fest. It was kind of a snooze fest. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It was kind of a snooze. But look, they've earned it to give us a snooze fest because they've been bringing it every week for a while
true.
now. So
that's true.
I mean, it's okay to give us a little balance.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so then we'll just move over to Meredith's party. So at Meredith's party, a lot of things going on. First of all, it's a rooftop party. I was confused about the earlier scene where she was like, she wanted a dancer on the step of the pool. And then when they showed the dancer on the step of the pool, she was just like, I mean, what was she doing? I was like, you made that big of a deal. This girl could do this by the door. I mean, literally, the pool of a step is never going to be that big unless you have like a huge pool. And that wasn't, child, that was a kiddie pool.
It was like this big. It was a 4x4
hot tub.
Child.
A small little hot tub.
I don't know, but I put that damn dancer was my first comment because I was like, let me bring it up. It just was a mess.
It just seemed disjointed. I'm like, I thought maybe they would have like, I don't know, one of those, the I don't know what you call them, the dances where they be in the water and the legs go up and down.
Oh, you know what you're talking about. Yeah, that would have been nice.
But when I seen her, she was just kind of. I was like, this is so funny, and it's almost like it's so Meredith because the lady was barely moving on that damn. Maybe she couldn't really move because she was standing on that damn second step.
Well, I mean, what step would she be on? The first, second, or third? It wouldn't matter. Y'all the same size. That wouldn't even
I wanted her to be in the pool, though.
Yeah, I wanted her to be in the pool.
In the pool.
Meredith was like, yeah, she can just stand on this second step.
Yeah, she could have been doing something. I mean,
I was with Brooks. I don't care. It ain't my party.
Exactly.
Very
Brooks
much
was like,
so.
yeah, this is stupid.
Oh, Dr. C would say there's 5 more episodes. Oh my goodness.
5.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna watch the rest of the season and recap it, but I will say I'm a little less interested than I was before. The fact that knowing that Mary's not at the reunion, just saying, it makes me like, at this point, just cut us things out. I don't even want to see it no more.
Right?
Because sure. I mean, I don't know. And JPF said the best part of the episode was when Heather almost slipped to the pool.
You didn't see that, Cortez?
Yes.
I must have glanced, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, she definitely almost slipped right into that damn pool.
Yes. I thought it was very, this might sound a little racist, but I thought it was very white to see everybody jumping in that pool with their clothes all the way on. Yeah. And their designer gowns, and I thought that Mary
and that's when I said y'all better stop saying Mary ain't black because Mary.
Listen, Mary
I
got
black. Alexander McQueen. And
Mary black has come out.
I have seen Mary's wig look Mary was not getting that hair wet. That's the best I've seen her look head to toe.
It already be looking wet sometimes anyway. So I was glad that it was actually dry. So we don't need to go back.
But I got to give Mary her credit though. When she walked into that party, I had to rewind it back. Like
I did.
Okay,
I was
Mary.
like, okay, Mary. I said,
you did that.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
Wasn't Meredith's dress? Didn't somebody wear that to the Beverly Hills reunion a couple of seasons ago? Was it Dorit or Erica?
The purple thing?
Yeah.
It looked familiar, but I don't recall where
it was. I think I want to say it was Erica that wore it to a Beverly Hills reunion a few seasons ago.
So you're trying to say Meredith was dated?
I mean, I wouldn't say she was dated because it could be. I don't know how old it is. It could be vintage. I don't know. But I do know that it's been worn before, or something extremely similar to that has been worn. But I want to say it was the exact same dress, like the blazer. Meredith loves like
it looks familiar,
blazer.
but I don't know where I've seen. I don't know where I've seen it.
It definitely looks familiar.
It looked like something she has on in a confessional, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. I feel like I've seen it in a confessional.
I'm gonna find that picture of. I think I want to say it was
Dr.
Erica
T who says it was Erica who wore it.
Oh, okay.
And then David said Candace had something similar. I don't know that. Oh, he said Dr. T who said during the 6th season, Erica wore something similar. Okay. Well, Meredith is definitely dated.
I'm about to look it up.
I'm about to go back and see too. So everybody is there. Heather is upset. Heather expresses that she feels it's a little weird that Lisa and Meredith are like kikiing and stuff like that. I'm like, Heather, why are you so invested? Honestly, and it bothered because honestly, if any between her, only way I would feel weird if I saw like Lisa and Whitney kikiing, in which they have been, but Meredith and Lisa they truly friends. I mean,
they are really friends.
They've been like having issues this season, but they're still friends, and they're not. I mean, Lisa can kiki with anybody clearly and do whatever she wants to do. I mean, I'm just saying she can. So Heather expresses that, but Mary gets there and she's like not only ignoring Jenny, but she really don't want to talk to Dewey either, because Dewey, she's like, and I was like, I thought you saw Jenny's face was like. It looked like she was like, you gonna talk to my man? I'm surprised she didn't roll her neck because she loved to roll her neck.
Dewey said you having a good time so far. Mary said pretty much like that she maybe had to be determined.
The shade was the tension was big.
I was like, sure. I mean, hey, if she don't want to talk to us, especially the way it went last week, with the whole thing. I mean, she stormed off the last we saw. So at this point, she don't want to talk to Jenny. But then there is a side conversation between Meredith and Mary, and they're talking about the racial comment and the shoes. And I guess this is where Meredith, I guess, calls herself holding Mary accountable, because she made a Twitter post about it like 2 weeks ago or whatever. And she said like people were saying, last week people were saying that she didn't say nothing, and Meredith said she did. Jenny kind of said she didn't. So I'm assuming this is the scene. And she basically holds her more accountable for the slanted eye comment. Yeah. But as far as the shoes, she wasn't sure. So Mary is just like, she wasn't trying to offend her culture. If that was offensive, she shouldn't have took the shoes from the begin with, which is what we said last week. So I'm glad we saw that. But any thoughts on this particular thing? I mean, and they also, of course, we saw it on the show, I think after the show last week, but they also revealed that she reveals to Meredith that she told Lisa about that the shoes were for Jen. And then Meredith's like, you see that look they gave each other? I mean, it was edited, obviously, but when they panned over to Lisa, when they said that she the one that told her.
Yeah.
It was like
it's like Meredith was shocked.
Yeah.
It's like Meredith was shocked. But go ahead, Chad.
No, I was saying Lisa was sitting there like, I mean, of course, like you said, it's editing, but the editing be on point. But Lisa was sitting there just in her little bag talking to everybody else, like what they talking about over there. She probably wasn't even looking at them. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty interesting scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said we were confused about the shoes last week. I'm still kind of confused about that because Mary did explain to her that the shoes were already bought. So if Jenny, felt the way, she should have been like, hey, I can't really accept that because of X, Y, and Z. So I think Jenny was just reaching as far as she could with that statement. But I do like the fact that Meredith, did tell Mary, that you have to be cognizant of those type of racially insensitive comments, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she did tell Mary that,
Yeah.
and it seemed like Mary received it at that time.
I mean,
Yeah.
she received it last week. I mean, she apologized
Yeah,
for that.
she
The
did.
shoes is when she like got it. Well, she more so walked away when Lisa chimed in, remember, and was like, and don't forget about the Mexican thug comment. You know, that's when she walked off last week. So
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like she was actually receiving it from Jenny last week. Even the shoes, she didn't agree, but she sat there until Lisa chimed in and it became more of an attack versus letting the person get their stuff out. So I mean, yeah. And Calvin says Mary meant no harm by the shoes. She didn't. And she said, whether she said it was for somebody else or not, she said that she had the shoes already. So that's still, is that against the culture? Does it matter if it's for a person or was it for herself? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's.
I mean, I would think that the only way it would be tacky is if Mary had worn the shoes and
Right.
said, you know what, I didn't like them because they hurt my feet. I'm gonna just give them to you. That's probably kind of tacky, but they were brand new shoes, so it's like regardless of who they were for, I thought it was just like, girl, like, okay, take the shoes. It's not that deep.
Yeah, and they asked Jenny on Watch What Happens Live last night. It was a question about what did she think of the gifts that Mary was giving everyone, and she's like, you know, she was just like, oh, I just think she had, you know, a bunch of crap in her closet that she just wanted to get rid of, but she still made no mention of her feeling a way about it. So I don't know.
I mean, that's probably true. We've seen Mary's closet. I mean, Mary have a lot of stuff.
Whole
Like,
lot.
A lot of stuff. So
And she gave them
I mean,
random items. She gave somebody a hat, somebody a purse, somebody boots. So,
Derek said, I would have put them on, child. Me too, sis. I would put them on too. I mean, I would have had one at the park. You like my shoes, Karen?
that shoe was cute though. That was a nice Christian Louboutin boot.
I mean, it was a Louboutin, so I mean, you know, you could do something with it. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't just return it unless it's like old school Louboutin, but they don't make those like that. So I don't know. And then after that, they kind of talk about Mary's basically saying like she feels like Lisa is jealous of their relationship. Her and Meredith, she feel like he's trying to come in between it, and just basically, you know, plead her case as far as like how Lisa is becoming so like at her or doing things to come at her to come in between their relationship. So. I mean, last week Mary did say that, you know, she's two-faced this, so I think Mary at this point sees that.
Yeah.
But their relationship has kind of been up and down all season anyway, so I don't know why just now, but I think the shoes thing that she told Jenny was probably the last straw.
Yeah.
Because I mean, she opened up to her when they were in the room in Vail, remember, at night. So
yeah.
I don't know, but I think that shoes thing may have been like the last straw for her. I think she would have been okay, but at this point, I think Mary is like, what that be in the godly way.
Not in the godly way.
Godly way. Okay.
So I don't know. But then after that, they do the happy birthday song. If you've noticed, Heather was holding on to Mary. Mary was like, get this girl off of me. I don't know why.
Barely singing.
Mary was singing. She was like in and out. She was singing, but I feel like she did not want Heather on her. And I'm surprised Heather even grabbed her as much as she talked about sitting next to her 2 weeks ago. But
as much as she's just talked shit about her, period. Like
in general, Heather, scared of her and all these
so
things.
worried about Lisa and Meredith being fake. But I'm like, girl, you dog Mary out every chance you get, and here you are now holding on to her while singing happy birthday. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But Heather, I feel like Heather is also, she's so passive as to where she'll talk crap, but she still will engage with you and talk to you. Like, that's one thing I noticed about Heather. Not somebody called that girl Thanos.
Not Thanos.
Anyway,
I'm dead.
I cannot.
I said, wait a minute, like Thanos, like from the Avengers.
That is so out of line. But no. Heather is just, I mean, Heather, she kind of like just goes with the wind. I think that when she talks about people, it's never like with malice. Like, I think it's just like, this girl's getting on my nerve, blah, blah, blah. But she still will, you know, she puts on, she's a good sport. I'll say that.
Do you think that's fake of her? That she's that way?
I think it would be fake if she was being malicious with the things she was saying. Now, when her and Mary got into it when they were in Vail, I mean, Mary was doing a lot. It's not like Heather just was upset and, you know, talking trash about her just for the sake of it. Mary was doing stuff. And like I said, what I noticed with Heather, she will talk crap and say things and get upset, but she's still a good sport. She's gonna always be like, welcoming you back in. I mean, think about the stuff Jen said about her, calling her Shrek and stuff
And
like
that's
that.
what kind of confuses me as to why she goes so hard at Mary. And she may have been a part of calling the feds, and she said, "Oh, you mess with my church, and you're gonna go to jail." Shit like that. To me, that's kind of malicious.
It's really crazy to me in general, like how it's like there's two storylines. You have the feds with Jen, and then you have the cult with Mary. But the emphasis and the thing that they want to really like truly have conversations about is Mary.
Yeah.
And it's just like, they want to try to, coddle and, make Jen feel better, and she's clearly is guilty as a fucking whatever. But with Mary, it seems like they're not letting it go. They want to continue to go. And you can say what you want to say, but if you're watching the show, it is what it is. Like, Jenny wants to hold Mary accountable for her lies. What about all the lies and stuff that they were saying on the bus about Jen? More than just Meredith has said stuff. They all said stuff, except for Jenny. So it's just interesting to see that they're going so hard on this cult thing.
Yeah.
And they're downplaying it, especially now that Jen is back around. I'm sorry, yeah. So now they're like, oh, well, I guess she could be guilty. I don't know. But except for Meredith, and she's the only one that's like standing like deep in, I don't want to be around her. So it's interesting. I don't know. I don't like it, but at the same time, Chad, if you've ever been a minority working in a all non-minority organization, maybe y'all understand how Mary feels.
This is true.
I'm just saying, it must be draining to be around them, especially like the way they be coming at her. Chad, please, this thing.
I wish Mary cussed though. I wish she cuss.
She won't cuss. She don't cuss. And don't call her no liar, child.
I know, don't call her no liar, but I wish she
innocent until proven guilty. Okay, well her case is her date is in March, so
yeah, and they start filming again in a couple of weeks,
and they're gonna start filming soon, so they're gonna actually get her all the way up to go to jail, and then season 4 will I don't know, we ain't gonna have Mary or we ain't gonna have Jen. What we gonna do?
They're gonna bring Angie back.
Angie, oh Lord, Lisa gonna make sure that don't happen. I don't know. I'm not sure. So then we get this titty cake. Whitney brings this titty cake for Seth, and all the girls are kicking about it, but I found it to be a little awkward. What y'all think?
It was kind of like weird to me. Because then not only that, I could see if it was some type of a one-time joke, but it was like, and they even show flashbacks, like a continuous thing where Seth loves
they show what they like 4 flashbacks,
and he even
and I had never seen them.
Doctors, and I want Meredith, I want your cleavage to look like that, and I'm like, damn, that's like insulting to your wife.
Were those like deleted scenes? Because I have never seen.
I hadn't seen that either.
I don't recall ever seeing him.
Oh, look at this! Look how he froze. Let me get a picture. Look at he froze. Everybody do the chat.
I'm like, hold on, can y'all hear me?
You had froze, so we was mocking you.
Grow up.
Trying to go that low budget. I told y'all I come every week.
But yeah, Chad, I agree. I was even
on
wondering. I was like, was that scene from this season, or was it a scene from last season, or where did that even come from?
I have no clue.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a lot of scenes.
A page post about it, and they were saying something about it, but I don't know.
And then when he, when Seth took his tongue and like started licking the nipple, I was like, okay.
I looked at it as cultural differences. That wouldn't have flown with a black cast, but white people, they do stuff like that. They laugh stuff like that off. They think it's funny. So
her husband was carrying the damn cake for her. So
yeah, imagine if Quad brought that cake for Daddy.
Baby, the party would be over.
That we would get from Dr. Heavenly. I'm just saying.
For real.
But hey, if they like it, I love it, whatever. They do announce that the trip, they do say that they are inviting Jen. And then they kind of pan over to Jen and Coach Shah. And I'm mad because Miss Johns says, do you guys think coordinator Shah is a little slow? Something is off about him.
Not coordinator.
I don't think he's slow. Not coordinator. I mean, he speaks sense. I mean, he told her basically like, I mean, you and Meredith are beefing. Like, she don't seem to understand where this happened between her and Meredith. I guess I don't know.
I don't get how she doesn't get it. And even outside of her, I don't get how any of them get it. If Meredith don't want to be around Jen at group functions, you think she's going to have Jen at her actual function? I don't give a damn who she's throwing it for and
didn't
who
make any
her
sense.
husband is cool with.
Yeah.
It didn't make no sense at all. Even when Heather brought it up to Meredith at the party, it was like, girl, why are you bringing this up? Like, it makes no sense why she would invite, and I get the whole Coach Shah and Seth being cool, but it's like, no.
Yeah. He said, is this why y'all think he's slow when Coach Shah, when he saw his drawing? That drawing was a minute. Maybe you know what? Actually, and then, thinking about that, yes, I do think maybe he looks slow.
Did y'all catch? And I don't know if maybe I missed this, but did y'all catch Whitney saying Meredith was putting her law degree to use?
I heard that. Yes, I did hear that.
So does Meredith have a law degree?
I heard it. I didn't confirm it, but I mean, I'm guessing. I mean, do you think maybe she does? If somebody in chat looked it up and see if Meredith has a law degree, because I didn't know that.
Let me see. I thought it was very interesting because I was like, it did spark an interest in my mind that maybe she knows more about the law than we know.
Well, I mean, Whitney kept, Whitney and Heather. I mean, is there more to it? Like, is there more to it? Like, I'm just like, girl, like, what do y'all want? Okay, so yeah, Zach said Meredith is a lawyer, and I said Meredith looks slow too. Well, listen, she just talked to the side of her mouth like that. That's it.
She is. I'm looking at it now on her website. She is a law. Wow.
Okay, that's news to me. I didn't know that.
Come on, Meredith.
The word on the street is I'm the word on the street. According to Giselle.
Meredith
says JP Rouse is Coach Shah has a law degree. So who owned it? Is this the Real Housewives of law degrees? Everybody got law degrees in this cast. I didn't know this.
Meredith is also a realtor.
Get your money, Meredith.
Oh, she said it on the reunion last year. Okay.
I can actually see it though. That's the crazy part.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she'd probably be a good lawyer. She, especially the engaging Meredith. Yeah, I agree.
Win a case.
Yeah, we talked about jumping in the pool. They all look like little wet puppies, and they dresses. I was like, that is nasty. I would not be getting up. I would not be doing that. Kudos to Mary for not getting in. So for those y'all trying to take her black card, maybe y'all can give her a couple more points, because she did not.
I like that. I like that Lisa was well prepared. She took them time for it.
Yes, she did.
Well, Lisa, I don't think it was a swimsuit. I think that was a
like a bodysuit.
Yeah, like a bodysuit. I don't think. I mean, she was. I don't think she's prepared. She just happened to have on something that was appropriate, maybe, sort of. But that don't mean you want hot dog water.
I'm hoping the invitations probably said, pool. I don't know. Maybe they didn't because they all got in their regular clothes. I would say maybe the invitation said wear pool attire.
No, it said cocktail.
That's what I thought.
I think they just kind of decided to, when Seth got in, I think Whitney, clearly she want a night with Seth because she got in with Seth and then everybody else started getting in. Whitney and Seth probably.
Wait, did y'all catch the comment too when Seth and Meredith got out of the car going to the party and he was like, "You look like my second wife," and I was like, "What?"
I didn't understand that either. I'm like, well, did he? I was thinking maybe he meant because they had separated for a little while and then got back together.
I don't know.
It threw me off.
It threw me off as well. I was like, what did he mean by that? But I do think they some freaks though.
I'm dead.
I can see that.
I definitely think they some freaks.
Meredith and Seth.
Hell yeah.
The stuff that came up last week, we were on live about Meredith eating Jen's box. came up again today. We posted that in the group chat, and I'm just like, listen, I hope this gets talked about because I'm tired of hearing about it, but there's no confirmed facts. I mean, I feel like if that was true, Jen would have been blurted that out. I mean, especially the whole like your son looking at my coochie gate, like I feel like that would have been came out because
I don't think maybe Jen
back.
wouldn't have, because then that would like be like she was cheating on her husband. Because you know Meredith wasn't with her husband, but Jen was still with Coach Shah, so maybe it'd be like, oh, damn, I cheated on my husband. So
why would Meredith want to do that? I don't think Meredith has a law degree.
Well, you know they said Jen licked Meredith box.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
Oh, maybe so.
No, it was the other way around. It was the other way around.
Okay.
That's why I really don't believe it. If it was the other way around, like to Jen to Meredith, then I think maybe that might have happened. I'm not sure. JP Rob said the second wife comment was a dig at Dewey and Jenny and the sister wife.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true or not, but maybe that's just something. I'm not sure. And yes, so Whitney and Seth are doing too much. Meredith needs to watch out because Whitney. I mean, she did take him away from a married person. So
while she was married.
So I mean, she she can't repeat that.
I mean, Lisa took John from her sister.
True T.
We found that out on this.
That Cortez.
Yeah, I did. That's what who said that earlier in the comments. Actually, they were saying that. I can't find it. Oh yes, Ricky Starr says, "Can we talk about Lisa's husband dating her older? Dating her older sister before they got together. Yeah, needs to hold a snowflake next season. Not a little family drama,
baby."
I thought that was very
interesting. Lisa's gonna end her.
The older sister looked just like Lisa, though.
She did on them pictures they showed.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
she
did.
Okay. So then in the last scene, which was kind of like a to be continued, we'll get next week, the bus. Everyone is kind of having like, PTSD in regards to what happened.
That damn bus scene. I just didn't think that we could get a bus scene that was crazier than the other bus scene.
It was a lot. So it starts out with them talking about PTSD of, the last time they were on the bus. Jen is on the bus, and again, Meredith and Mary are not on the bus. And so that's kind of what starts the conversation. They're talking about like, why wouldn't they be there? And then they were saying like it's a pattern and stuff like that. And to me, it kind of confirms a little bit more of, because she said, is that are they, what did she ask? Like, did they not come because of me? And I'm like, I mean, they didn't come both times. So at this point, it's like they just, I don't know, they don't want to.
Maybe they just didn't want to ride with y'all on a fucking bus.
Right. And so while talking about that, Jen is kind of expressing her, how she feels about Meredith in their relationship. And then somebody blurts out about Lisa's comments and her, I think, reaching out to her. First it was the private investigator for Meredith. And they talk about that. And she was just kind of flabbergasted, getting upset. And then she goes into Lisa because she feels like she's not being a good of a friend. And she's kind of siding with Meredith, versus Heather. And it really escalates like really fast because at this point, Jen is throwing out stuff and saying like, it's not my fault. She cheated on her husband. And then she's coming at Lisa and saying like, I'm not responsible for Meredith. Next thing I know, they are screaming at each other. And it looks like Lisa is trying to like get away from her. But like Jen is like pushing her ish, sort of kind of. But Jen is trying to make it like she's being pushed. And basically, like it's like Jen kind of corners her from going anywhere. And then it's like, you want to go? You want to go? So it's a lot. It's a whole little moment. And I really wish that Lisa would have just mushed her ass. Because I mean, she was blocked. She was trying to get, like, she was all in her face. Like at this point, old Jen is back. This is the Jen from last season. We ain't seen her all season. We know what she's capable of, and that's what she does. But nonetheless, what are y'all thoughts?
Can we talk about the stuff that Jen was actually saying about Meredith?
Yeah,
I thought that it was, like you said, it was a return to form for Jen, because I was like, girl, you set up here with Coach Shah. I just wonder why she's, this. You sit up here with the girls. I just don't understand why this. And it's like, clearly, you are the same old person, and
Yeah.
Meredith sees right through you.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the stuff she was saying was gross for somebody that is trying to be a friend, and and trying
Yeah.
to, be the victim in this situation. I just felt like her saying, "You were the one who had an affair," and I feel like she really reverted back to all the things Meredith said do not speak about, which is her family. And it's
Yeah.
like now you're talking about an affair. It was gross, and I was like, see, then this is why I can never really try to get behind you, even when I try to warm up to you, even though I know you full of shit. But I was just annoyed with her with the stuff she was saying, because she was like, she called Meredith a piece of shit. I mean, she really dogged Meredith out
Oh, she
with
went
that
out.
stuff
She
she
went in.
was saying.
Yeah, she did.
And honestly, I want to say it was. Do y'all feel like it was because she wasn't invited to the thing, or I mean, I think the invite was like the last little. Because honestly, Meredith has said many things in the last few episodes at the pho thing. She said it last week about like I can't be here for Jen. She said plenty of things that I feel like Jen should have caught on by now. That this girl is not like
She
she's
ain't fucking
present.
with you.
She ain't fucking with you. But it's like she didn't catch any of that until she wasn't invited to the party. And it's just like, to me, it's like Jen is just delusional in her own world. This is where the narcissism comes from. Like, it's just like, girl, you're like, look at what's going on in front of you. I mean,
Read
Jen thinks in her mind, she's the queen bee. So it's like she should get invited to everything. She should be at everything. And Meredith is showing her, you can go to all the other girl stuff, but if I don't want you at mine, then I'm not going to.
Meredith showing her I can be
extend an
cordial with
invitation.
anybody. I can be
exactly.
cordial with anybody.
And they took it as when Meredith spoke up last week and was like, hey, I can't be a friend to Jen, but y'all are supposed to be her friends and y'all are being shitty. They took that as, oh, we thought y'all were starting over. How? The lady was just being nice about the situation because I'm sorry, because y'all had treated Jen, y'all did talk shit about Jen. All of y'all did. And so she's saying, if you're going to be Jen's friend, then be Jen's friend. Really show up for her. I'm not her friend. I don't fuck with her. But y'all do. So y'all need to learn how to be her friend. So even when Jen's like, oh, she, Meredith was slandering my name. She was not. She spoke about what you did, which was like or retweeted some of those tweets about her son. Like, I don't get it. And even the whole comparison with Jen telling Lisa, well, you said last season because I was digging up stuff about people's background or whatever. It's there is a difference because Meredith's son was receiving those threatening messages. So we probably, as regular folk, we probably wouldn't go hire a PI, but she rich and she's a lawyer, so she want to know where the fuck these messages are coming from, because if I find out for sure who they're coming from, then I'm going after the person. So that's just what it is.
It's very typical white woman what Meredith is doing and how she's handling. And it's like I can't really even be mad at her because, like you said, she is a lawyer. She is rich, and it's like it's obvious she loves her kids. So it's like it's kind of expected. And what I'm really picking up from Jen's outburst on the bus is that, Antonio mentioned it earlier, Jen thinks that she's the queen bee, and I really think that Meredith is the queen bee in a silent way, because everybody wants to be everybody
likes Meredith.
Yeah, everybody likes Meredith, and I think that Jen does not like that. And I think that it's starting to really weigh on her, the type of attention that Meredith gets from really not even doing half of the stuff that Jen does. And I think that, like I said, Meredith is just showing that you can be queen bee without having to do all this. And we kind of say Lisa's in charge of the girls for the way she kind of, stirs up the drama and stuff. But when you really stop and look at it, Meredith is really in charge of the girls, because she don't bat an eye. She's not gonna get too loud and confrontational all the time. She will get loud every blue moon, but she's gonna give you that I'm disengaging, I'm not doing all that. And I mean, she came up with a catchphrase that was unintentional, and it literally has been attached to her since season 1. The whole disengage, engage thing. So it's like, to me, I look at Meredith as the real queen bee of the group.
Yeah, and because Meredith, I don't tolerate Meredith Sled because I like Meredith, and I think she's amazing. Look at this coming though. Now this is interesting. From TKC says, "Well, I wonder why Jenny didn't jump in and tell Jen to shut the fuck up like she did Mary when she was arguing with Lisa." And y'all may think that's me under somebody's account, but TKC is real. He calls in all the time.
He does. Good point, TKC.
That's a good point.
Very
I mean,
good
I don't
point.
know. Jenny. Honestly, if Mary was arguing at that moment, I'm sure she would have jumped in. But that's Jenny's thing. Otherwise, Jenny is drinking a beer or walking around with what's it called, Cheesecake Factory. That's what she does. Unless Mary's there. So I don't know. That's a good question though. I don't know why. TKC. He also says that Meredith is nowhere near in charge of the girls. I think she has.
They all want to be under Meredith.
Or
Meredith
by
is,
Meredith.
you know she's in charge because she doesn't say a whole lot.
In the comments, who do y'all think
runs
runs the girls? In the comments, let us know in the chat who runs the girls. It can be Meredith. It can be anybody on the cast. Who runs the girls? I'm gonna say Mary.
When Meredith walk into the room, she own it. When Lisa walk in, she almost own it.
No, wait a minute. They both own it, but Lisa. Lisa has to think about Stu first. She has. Oh my God, Stu.
Oh, Stu. I think the people in the comments, when we saying run the girls, they thinking of it from a traditional standpoint, like Nene. How Nene don't take no shit. Meredith her approach is completely different to how she runs the girls. That's why I said she runs the girls. It's not an in your face or an overt type of behavior.
It's some comments. I see a couple of Mary. I see Lisa, Meredith. I see Jen. TKC said Jen and Lisa's 50-50. But Dave, I know this is a damn lie. He said Jenny runs the girls. Jenny don't run shit. Okay.
He got a David plan. Dave, you need to go on with that bullshit.
Jenny runs Chad and she runs Jamie. That's it.
Jenny can't even run Dewey.
Oh, she don't. She definitely don't run Dewey.
David, Ms. Gibbon, I'm not gonna sit here and listen to your lies.
No, it's a lot. Like we said, Mary. I mean, I will say, like, I would definitely put Lisa, Meredith, and Mary in that category. Jen doesn't run the girls. I mean, last season they ended up not liking her, and this season, like, they're not scared of Jen. They just, I don't know what they are, Jen. I don't know. It's confusing.
Yeah, but it's so confusing to me that they're not scared of Jen, but they scared of Mary. Yeah. But they think Mary I'd
be scared of God too. If I was filming with God, I would be scared of God too. Yeah. I'm just saying. Because she out here swindling people and making them get them they rent checks and they PPP loans and stuff like that. So child be scared.
$300,000. She pulling people to heaven and everything else, child.
And getting people arrested.
So that's basically like all of the episode. We have it to be continued. But do y'all think that Lisa deserved that screen match? So we talk about Meredith, but do y'all think she deserved that on the bus?
No.
Even all the mess she's done, I don't think she deserved that.
No.
I think Jen wanted somebody to yell at because Meredith was not there. If Meredith was there, it would have been Meredith.
And she's still gonna yell at Meredith next week or whenever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think she gets to her then, but I don't think that she would have did all that. And I'm surprised like nobody really stopped her. I mean, not Jenny, all Jenny aside, it's in general, like they just kept letting her go. But I guess they're scared of Jen, I guess, in this sense. I don't know. But
we know Heather is scared of Heather might be scared of Jen. Jen done called her everything but a child of God. And she eats Jen the fuck up. So they were literally like just sitting there like, and then Whitney raising her hand and shit. She always trying to get into something. Put your motherfucking hand down.
Always.
It's a lot. It's a lot to be on that bus. I mean, the bus ain't that damn big. So I mean, you got Jen spinning stuff and I mean, COVID going on. Like, come on now, all in this lady's face. Get back. Get back. It's a lot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think Lisa really was over it in that moment. She was like, yeah, you doing too much. Let me go ahead and just walk to the.
She tried to go away, and she really had all the rights to do something, just push her or something. And Jen kind of like treated her by saying, "You want to push me? Keep pushing me." And I'm like, Lisa Barlow, baby gorgeous, come on,
baby like, gorgeous,
come on, bring out the New York we've been talking about for the last 2 seasons. I don't know. That's that. But that's pretty much all for that episode. And it picks up next week with that. I didn't actually look at the the
Preview.
scene for next week, the preview, right? So what?
I don't think they showed it.
They didn't show it.
Okay, so because I'm like, I don't think I saw it, but I'm assuming Meredith and Mary get there because this is the last act of the trip. I know they do have like the little ceremony thing with the candles, little thing they have. Like I saw that, and then they have the final dinner. I'm assuming the final dinner may be in that place, but like somebody said, there's 5 episodes left. I thought it was just like 2, but I mean, it makes
5
sense because the
episodes
girl
seem
show's
like
gonna
a
be at
lot.
least 2 episodes. It's a lot, child.
That is
a lot.
definitely a lot. I might
I
have to look
wish
it up.
Lisa would have kicked her like Cynthia did Portia. I sure wish it.
That would
I
have been
wish-
hilarious if she would have kicked Jen in them big ass titties.
Oh, then you gonna pop. What what did he say? Them what's he call them things?
It-
Blow a booty. Blow a booty.
Not blow up booty. Let's see, season 2. Let's see how many episodes we getting.
Find out. I'm gonna go ahead and send the link. We'll take a few calls today before we lean out because
I'm seeing 3 more episodes.
yeah, 3 makes more sense. I don't see them giving. I don't see them giving 21 episodes. That's a lot.
Yeah, 3 more.
You know,
and they'll
it might
probably
be
have a
it might be
3-part
five. It might be 5 included with the reunion because
Well, that would have, but that would have to be determined as of like this week because we just had the ring. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I'm not sure, but it's still been a good season. Like I said, I'm gonna watch the reunion. I'm gonna be here every week, of course. But I just it kind of like the fact that Mary's not there. I was looking forward to that. Whether she was gonna get ate up or not, I wanted to see something.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna see her at all. So I'm like, whatever. And no, TKC, we ain't talking about Portia chat. That show.
That's a whole different beat.
That is an abomination. I can't. It is too much. But I'm gonna go ahead and let our first caller on. Is somebody who haven't seen it alone?
I've been telling y'all.
Oh,
Chad, we'll talk offline.
I've been
Right.
telling y'all.
You
So I'm gonna just sit
I'm gonna
back.
stick beside her.
I still like Portia, but I mean this show I'm just not entertaining. But first caller is Hey Lisa.
Hey darling, how you doing?
I ain't seen you all year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How you doing?
Hey Lisa.
How y'all guys been doing?
Hey
We doing
Lisa,
good.
happy
How you
New Year.
been?
First I'm gonna tell y'all something. I mean, this Jenny chick is getting on my last nerve. She don't come after nobody but Mary. And you know what? And I don't want to say some prejudice there or something, but that's the only person she come after.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only person she come out of is Mary. And I might tell y'all to be honest, who in the hell listen to Mary Cosby? You got to be out of your mind to listen to her, okay? Y'all already know it's something screwed up there, okay? And number 2, because I heard about the people, they said she was a cult leader or something. Like if it was some true to this stuff about her church, the feds would have been at her door before they went to Jan Shah door, okay? And because she been having that church for years, okay? That's how I feel about that. And I'm kind of speeded up, Cortez, okay?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
First of all, number 1, Whitney. I don't know. I'm like Mary. Why you get this man that's kicking like your breast? Why you not look like his white breast?
Right.
And they were very freakish to me when Seth licked the cake.
Yes, he
I'm
did.
like, oh, okay. What the hell we doing here? Okay. And then second of all, you know what? Jen took her anger out on Lisa because Mary's not there. Man, I'm like, y'all, man, that's what I always say. I said, Jen mess around. She got them white women. See, she wouldn't do that to a black girl, okay? A black girl be ready to stump her down. See, that's the show Monique needs to be on, okay? Monique needs to move to Salt Lake, okay? I want to see that go down, okay? Yeah, yes, I do. I want to see that go down. That's what I'm talking about. She messing with the wrong chick. She messing with chicks don't know how to fight. Ain't never been in no fight. That's Utah City, okay? That's they Mormons, okay? They believe in doing right by the Lord and everything else, okay? We know they got some little sinners in there, but they ain't got a lot of sinners like everybody else, okay? So that's what I say. I say Jen messed with the wrong girl. I'm like you now, child. She should have kicked Jen right across that bus. And,
she should have.
Get out of my face because I'm not. But the one thing I do quick with Lisa is a flip flopper to me. She flip flopped, go back and forth, back and forth. Okay, and so I can stand her point of view, but also I understand her point of view. Why you talking to me about my best friend? You need to straighten it up with Meredith. You said something. You called it. You. I think Mary's the one who got private detectives. I don't blame her. Her son was receiving threats and stuff, so she had a private detective to see who was doing all this. And also, did y'all? I mean, did y'all not? I don't know. Did I not hear them say that Mary Cousin was the one who's behind the scene? The feds, baby, feds gonna find out where the hell you at. They don't care.
Yeah.
They gonna find you. Ain't nobody got to turn you in. They gonna find you.
And you on
Okay.
reality TV.
Number one, you on the public television. Number one, you on the public network. They gonna find you where the hell you at. Okay. Did
Yeah.
nobody turn your ass in. Okay. They gonna find out where the hell you. You realize that the Homeland Security, that's the feds. Child, please, they get on my nerves. They keep coming out to my girl Mary. I don't know where keep coming out to Mary for her child. Y'all need to
How you
find
feel
something
about
else.
how you feel about her not coming to the reunion, Lisa?
I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I would never come because then she got to answer a lot of questions about the court and that man Cameron because they said that man Cameron's having an affair. Is that not fair?
Well, that's what they're saying now.
Allegedly,
Right.
we got to say allegedly. Because we don't want no lawsuit, so we got to say allegedly having an affair. So
Chad, you live in Atlanta. You ain't never been to Salt Lake City. You don't know.
She probably was.
You know, I don't know what they're doing in the Las City, but may he rest in peace because he is gone.
That is true. That's what's so unfortunate about it. It's like I hate. I mean, it's like hear anything about him and he's deceased. It's like ugh, it's kind of cringy.
This I'm talking about. Like Whitney called him up. She can find out some good stuff because she come back at Mary. Man, y'all can't come back at me. Mary, like, man, y'all leave me alone. Mary, I already told y'all, if you mess with me, I'm sending Jesus after you. You see what happened last year. You better leave. You better leave. You better leave. You see what happened to Jen.
Calvin. Now he was knocking the sin off Mary. I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, Lisa, I'm about to let you go. Okay, thank you for listening.
Bye, Lisa.
Yeah, have
Bye,
a good
Lisa.
rest of the night. Okay, love you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.
I love Lisa. I ain't see her. Oh, yes, I'm good to see her. And yes, I don't know what Demisio is today. Demisio usually joining. Maybe he at work. I don't know, but I'm sure he'll be here for the next time. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to lead out. Of course, don't forget to like this video. And support the channel, support myself, Antonio and Chad. Find us on Instagram. And we are now going to do the Real Housewives of Miami. We're actually going to do the first 5 episodes tomorrow. And then from this Thursday onward, we will be doing weekly on Thursday. So I finally got on board. Danny and who was that? Danny
Chase and Jamie.
And Jamie was trying to like get it watch. I watched it. Love it, watching it, gonna recap it. And you'll probably see other people there too. Also, if you are watching Ladies Who List Atlanta, we're gonna do that too.
Oh, okay.
Jasmine and Asia have decided to form a panel, so we'll be doing that too. So look out for those 2 shows, and of course, New Jersey when it starts. Just got to keep the shows going. I don't really like that one show thing a week. It ain't really my thing. I enjoy doing it. So as long as my co-hosts do as well, we'll be here.
Yeah, keep me as the highest paid, and I'm gonna be here. Absolutely.
Of course, Tony. We always gonna keep you as the highest paid. We gotta keep you in your and go. No, but of course, like I said, we're gonna lean out. Don't forget to like this video, hit the thumbs up video to support the channel, and y'all have a good rest of y'all lovely Monday, and we'll see y'all tomorrow for Miami. And have a good rest of y'all night. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Lisa, for calling in today too. All right. Bye.
Bye.